And hello everybody. Today I have something prepared which I think it's kind of cool, but you're the judge. Useful AI. So when I talk about that kind of stuff, I usually talk about local models which are for free, which is the best part actually. There is some really good and positive stuff about that. First of all, it is for free. And second of all, is all the computation is happening on your local machine, so you're not giving your data somewhere else. So you can use like all of your dirty data there without having like no hesitations, I guess. What I usually use is I use Ollama. Okay, and I have those models here for now. Usually I delete some and I update some because they're taking quite some time. And today we're going to talk about TranslateGemma, which is actually a really interesting model from Google. And now, just from the beginning, Google has other models that can translate, but is optimized just for the translation. And I think it just works a little bit better. But of course, you can use like Gemma 4, which is really new, like 31 hours old, because I think I downloaded directly as it came. So it's something, or some of the other Gemma models, of course. There's a lot of different models you can use, but today we're going to talk about the TranslateGemma. And more specifically, today I'm going to use the 4B model, so 4 billion parameters model, which is 3.3 gigabyte. And yeah, I actually downloaded the 12 billion parameters model, which is cool and it works, but it takes more time. And of course, it depends on the computer that you have on the machine. Do you have a GPU or so on? So that is going to be the time. For that reason, today I have prepared a little timer here, which we're going to see. You don't have to look at my face all the time and listen to me when I started. I'm just going to speed up the video or do something so I don't annoy you so much. But yes, so I have made that model in 3 different variants. So the one is Microsoft Word, which for me really useful. Then Obsidian if you use it, and PDF, which works a little bit different. Why Microsoft Word? Because I don't have it installed on that computer, but I already translated one time in German. But why that? Because it's really uncool. You see, I'm picking my words. Really uncool when you have to translate big documents, like lots of text. I have prepared one here about the Monstera Deliciosa, which is one of my favorite plants. So I'm pretty sure there's some of you like that plant as well. The Swiss cheese plant. So I have copied it from Wikipedia and created a document, but what I have done is I have put a picture and then yeah, that is like the WordPad, so it's not the best, but yeah, you're going to check it on yourself. So that is the document, and if you can see, I have put some formatting and the text is formatted. We have some bold text, and then we have different format for those. And at the end, somewhere, I have put a table with some links and so on and so on, which I'm going to try to demonstrate you how to translate a table. Why? Because if you use like DeepL or without the Pro account, because with DeepL you can translate documents, or you're not using Google Documents to translate documents, you just want to translate Microsoft Word docx documents without further copy and so on, yes, that is a good version. So I've prepared a document in English, which looks good, I guess, or good enough. So that is what we're going to work today. So let's check out the code. So we're going to check on the Word. I'm going to try to put them on GitHub so you can just download it. We have OS, so we can access the files. We have Ollama. Then we have tkinter or tkinter. I don't know how to say it, probably tkinter. I use it since quite some time, but I never know how to use it. Anyway, here, which most of you are probably going to ask why. Yes, because we're going to be selecting where is the file, the target file, and then we're going to select where is the output going, input and output. So I really hate to copy and paste links, and in Windows you have to convert the backslash and so on, which is takes sometimes, we know, lazy. So yeah, just use that one so I can use the Internet Explorer to navigate and take the files from it. Then I have imported the docx, which is a library you can install just with pip install python docx. That is going to work. I'm going to Google it, or I'm going to put it into the GitHub. Okay, and then we import some function here. So as I said, the first we have some definitions in here. So the first one, which I'm not going to run over the whole code, just the interesting parts, but I strongly advise you, if you want to learn to code, not like me, then just try to look at it and understand it, and of course you can ask some questions. But what was I talking about? Let me see. Okay, so the first one is basically opening the files, the target file and the output file, where those have to be saved, which is not so interesting. But what is, I would say, the most interesting part is basically here, the prompt. So that is, what do you tell the large language model to do for you? So I'm pretty sure you know what is a prompt, but that is a simple prompt. I keep it simple. I think as better the prompt, as better the result is going to be, but I think that is a simple one. So it's translate the following text, and then I have a placeholder for the text where I'm going to pass it from, I'm going to pass that text from the document or the table. So we have two different definitions. The one is to extract from tables, and the other one from the abstract of the text. So it's going to place that text into the prompt of the LMN every time when we do the translation. So it's going to take just enough tokens as it needs and take them, put them into the prompt. It's going to translate it, copy it, put it in the document, and then runs that all over until the whole document is finished. So then we have preserve the meaning and the tone. Output only big words, big letters, so the translation. Of course, you can take the grammatics or just make it sound more soft or so and so on. I guess you know that already, using all that ChatGPT sweetness for your emails. But yes, so that is basically the prompt here. Here you can play, here you can edit to see what kind of different results you can get. So then we have exception if error happens, and so on and so on. So then we come here and we start, as I said, to check out the text, in which we're going to try to extract it from the different places of the Word document, to which we already have some access. Great. So then where's the other part? Okay, good. And then after we did that, we finish with the prompt. We have the main, which is get the folders, as we get from up there. Then we have the get the language model, and here is another part. As I said at the beginning, I'm using the TranslateGemma 4B, but you can use the 12 one, or even I think there is the 32 one. If your computer or your hardware is good enough, it's always an option. So that's the model that I'm going to use today, but you just have to change it here if you like to, and then it's enough. But don't forget, download it from Ollama before you start. And then we have the third step, process the files. And as I said, I just don't want to annoy you. So basically that is the code. Look at it, check it out, try to understand what it's doing. And if you don't know, don't ask me, ask ChatGPT or whatever, which Claude or whatever what you use. No, joking. If you have some questions, I guess I'm going to try to answer them. Oh well, so that's the model, that's the file. I just write CMD in here, and then so that's it. And let me just press enter, And what is happening, as I said, it is going to ask me where's the document, and it's in my downloads, the one that I want. So, oh, it's going to work over the whole folder. So if you want to translate a lot of documents, you just put them in a folder, and the code is going to scan through the folder and work on each of it. It's good because the model can run hours translating big documents. So you just put the documents in there and it's going to translate them. Okay, so let's see now. I select the folder, then it's going to a new window is going to open. Seeing here which is the target folder. So I'm just going to select the documents folder. Why not? I think that should be okay. Okay, so I select it, and then it says select the language to which you want to do the translation. And as I want to check the translation a little bit if it's good or not, I'm going to select German. And type it here, but it's just an example. If you actually open the official page, like the Ollama, no, I'm going to surprise you. So how to surprise you is if I move it in here. Okay, so if I open the official Ollama model, like models, translate 4B, whatnot, and I scroll down, then we can see the languages which they have, which, I mean, a lot of is Arabic, for example, or a lot of them are English or German, but they're like German Austrian and Swiss and German and so on and so on. Luxembourg German and whatnot. So English as well. We have several. We have Greek, 2 Greeks. I didn't know there's 2. Oh, Cyprus, yes. But yes, as you can see, there's like quite some language. Most of them are English, but the different specifically Spanish. But yes, I'm pretty sure somewhere it says how many languages. Let's see. That says for sure 55 languages. So yes. But yeah, so let's go back and select German, and then I'm going to start the timer and press enter, and then I'm going to open my GPT. I don't know if I load the model already. I see 40% possible. So 1, 2, 3, start and enter. So now it starts, and let's see how it's going to work. I tried that before, as you have seen, and it took like, I would say like 5 minutes. And what is the interesting part basically is the document has 1,000 words. Can you count words? I don't know if WordPad can do it, but yes. On my other computer I have the word, so yes, 1,051 words. So let's see. Oh wow, it's done. So 1 minute 30 seconds, just finished. Yeah, I guess the model was already loaded, so that's why. 1 minute 37 seconds with the 4B variant. So let's see the results. Let me see. What I have done is I have set do it in the documents. There is our folder. And open it, and then we see it's translated already. So I have noticed several things. Of course, it's not perfect. I think with the bigger models it's going to be better, but what I have noticed is, first of all, really important, or what I think is really important, is you can see the format is saved. So if I take that one and come on, put it here, and then I take the other one, scroll them next to each other. So let's see, that is the English version and that is the German version. Let me just make it 100%. Okay, so they look quite of the same, and that is the magic of that. It's you keep the format, so it's a big document, and you don't have to like go into the table and we come here usually and we copy that and they put it in the translate software and then copy paste, and yeah, a long time of my life finished with copy paste. So I really like that one. But there is some other things. What I have noticed is sometimes the model tends to bring words together. For example, in the German language, there is a lot of long words, but some of those are not so long as it does. So let me see if I can find something like that. I don't see it, but usually it's, for example, here, for example, I think it's bring the words together, and here did not put some kind of a point here, full stop, and so on. So I'm pretty sure if you start reading the text, you're going to find some places where the words, for example, here, a really good example, it's like comma and then no space and then another one, or monster. So yes, it brings the words together. As I said, that is the word pad. Of course, you have to proofread it. Always proofread what it like. If you do that for work or whatever, just proofread it. But I'm pretty sure you're kind of amazed now, and you're going to be like happy to use that in your everyday life. And yes, actually, it took the bold words as well. Köstlich. Oh, okay. Let me just remove that thing again. So it translates. Some translations are a little bit fun, but like I think I would say 90% precise. So it's a really good tool. Let's check the table, and then we can see some sources information. So here it's a little bit funny translated, but yeah, works. So we have Wikipedia, and then we have datum des instances. Okay. Yes, so as I said, you can take the script, you can try to change it, you can try to make it fit your thing, play with the prompt of the script. You can change the model. It does not have to be like that one, but I really think I have some other, I have tried some other models, and I think that is one of the best. And of course, what you can do is, you can then just take another model and make them prove the grammatics, or just take the same model and make proofreading what the first model has done. I think that is going to be something you can do, and it's going to improve the quality of the document. So if you have a lot of documents, leave it running overnight and it should work, I guess. So hope that is helpful, and I hope you can see that you can have a large language model, which is an open source, and you can basically use it for some cool stuff, as for example that translation. I mean, some of you are still like, what, translation, not big of a deal, but I can only imagine you never translated like big Word documents like with Google Translate or something, which you have to proofread as well. But if you like it, just try it and then tell me what you think in the comments. So have a nice one, and I hope you enjoyed that one. Bye.